Recording. All right. So, good evening everyone. Sige. So, proceed na tayo sa sharing. All you need to do for this particular portion, kasi marami pa tayong gagawin. So, dinesign ko yung session today for interaction because I want to share with you, coach you, paano maghanap ng references. And then also at the same time, I want to find out if you were able to help yourself in the process. So let's start alphabetically arranged na lang muna tayo. So we will start with Diane, and then wait, baka si Freddy ay let me just call Freddy. And then if wala si Freddy, we'll proceed with Rusty and then TJ. Sige. Diane, you can share your screen and very quickly show to us the 3 references that you have found. Tapos paki-share na rin bakit mo naisip na yan ng nakita o by the way, bago tayo magtuloy, yung nakita nyo ngayon, yan pa lang yung preliminary. Doesn't necessarily mean na yung nilista nyo, etong nakita, ba, ito pinapakita ni Dayan, yan na talaga. Could be yes, or could be deleted on a later time. Sige. Let's start, Dayan. Thank you.
Ayan. Pero nakikita niyo na po yung screen ko.
Yes, yes.
Ito po yung sa akin. Actually, lahat po to about special ed. Ito, special ed na po talaga, sir, yung itatopic ko po sa So, ito po yung una kong nakita, self-efficacy of teachers in self-education schools for teaching through play.
Mm-hmm.
So, ito po. Then, inopen ko na po siya. Ito naman po may DOI. Inopen ko rin naman po siya. Ay, nakamig ko. Ito naman po yung DOI niya.
Okay.
And then, sir, yung lahat po ng napili ko, given na po lahat ng reference dito sa dulo.
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Apo.
Pero, sorry,
po.
Dan. So, this is one. So, I noticed that the keywords here are self-efficacy and then play. Pero to clarify, ano yung focus mo? Play ba o self-efficacy?
Play po. True play.
Play. Okay,
Apo.
sige.
Kasi
Play.
parang ang ano ko po sa akin is preschooler.
Okay. So, parang
Ayun.
you want to focus on a play as a teaching strategy. Ganun ba?
Apo.
Ganun ba yun?
Apo.
Okay, sige. Clear. Sige. Pero to clarify din, lahat ng ginagawa natin ngayon, tawag dyan, so source pa lang muna tayo.
Apo, sir.
Moving forward, mas mapapolish mo pa yung iyong research objective. Sige, but anyway, sige, please proceed.
Ayan po. So, 2025 po siya. And then, ayan yung mga keywords po niya, sir. Tapos, meron lang po akong dito, nabasa na parang isang part, medyo doon lang po ako medyo nag-focus. Parang parang meron, wait lang, nasa introduction. Kasi parang meron po ako dito, sir, nabasa na siya yung purpose po nito is parang i-emphasize yung play. Parang vital siya sa digital bridge and yung parang pedagogical tool for children with special needs. Parang ang gusto ko po kasi dito is it will help develop yung social, cognitive, and communication skills po sa natural environment po with special needs. Ayun
Okay.
po.
So, Dayan, very parang very quick tip. Sige, could you please browse? I mean, sorry, yung ibaba. Sige. Dapat, you should, sige lang, go lang. Kasi I wanna see if there's, nandun siya agad. So, okay na. Ibig sabihin itong format na itong paper niya, nandun sa one lahat. Anyway, kasi yung 2 data na yan eh. O sige. So, ganito, ang quick tip ko lang sa'yo, Dayan, dito, and hindi lang kay Dayan, sa inyo lahat. Yung sinesearch kasi natin ngayon for this particular exercise ay mga research journals ngayon for this exercise. But I want you all to realize that mamaya, yung second exercise natin, this is the empirical, but you also have to look for the conceptual. No? Ibig sabihin, yung ito yung conceptual, ito yung related studies ng play as a way to teach. Pero dapat mahanap mo rin moving forward sa pagbabasa mo din, ano ang conceptual foundational framework kung saan nanggagaling yung theory na pag naglalaro, pwede siyang gamiting pagtuturo. Yun yung, ganun din yung kina Rusty. Later on, I'll share that too. Okay, so this is reference 1. Okay, sige. And then can we move to reference 2?
Ito po. Wait lang sir, gina-download ko na po kasi.
Okay, sige. Okay din yan. Maganda rin yung dina-download na. Parang nakabangko na siya.
Ano ba yun kanina? Parang iba. Ito po. Tapos ito, parang medyo parehas din siya.
So what I noticed with the 3 references that you have quickly showed to us is the common denominator is the self-efficacy. Kaya ako nagtatanong kanina kung ano yung focus mo, kung yung play ba o yung self-efficacy. Okay lang yan kasi nag-exercise tayo ngayon. Sige, tingnan mo yan. Dito, relationship between mindset and self-efficacy. Okay, tapos yung sunod sa kaliwa, yung katabi niya sa kaliwa. Can you show it
Opo.
again?
Self-efficacy of teachers.
Yan yung play, yan yung pinakita mo kanina.
Okay.
Yung isa pang katabi, yung pang yan mismo. Yan, iba na naman. Ay, yun pala yun. Yan na pala yun.
Ito po,
Okay.
ito po.
So parang yun lang yung ano ko, yun yung gusto kong i-clarify mo sa sarili mo. Kasi
Opo.
when you do research, you have to look, ano ba talagang gusto mong hanapin? Yung bang
Opo,
self-efficacy or yung play? Okay. May pangatlo ka? Or
Meron po
dalawa?
akong pangatlo. Actually sir, di ko talaga focus yung self-efficacy. Ang ano ko lang dito parang mindset. Parang ganun po sir eh. Pero hindi po ako masyado nag-dwell sa self-efficacy.
Sige. Okay lang yan. What's important is you're starting to bank. Ito naman AI naman sa SPED to.
Iba
Medyo,
naman po to.
iba na to.
Opo.
Sige.
So ito naman po yung sa akin sir, AI. So medyo ano lang po ako dito, naging interested lang ako kasi parang why not? Kasi AI era na ngayon.
Right.
So medyo parang gusto ko pong insertan yung aking study na AI will help sa
Actually,
development
yun yung
ng-
next slide ko mamaya, but
Ayun po.
we'll discuss. Sige. Okay.
Sa special
So,
ed.
ang okay lang yan, Diana. Don't think that what you're doing is wrong, but just remember that in the process of searching references, you will eventually quote unquote throw away. Like most of the time, what retains is like 5 to 10% of what you have searched lang. All the other 90% of the references normally yan, tatapon mo lang yan. After mo mabasa, hindi ito kasali, hindi ito kasali, parang ganyan. So, okay lang yun, which is why you constantly look for references so that your foundational base will be stronger. Okay? Sige. So at least ngayon, medyo na-exercise na natin unti-unti na, just to clarify, dati ba ginagawa mo na to o first time?
First time.
First time. So okay lang yan, di ba? First time eh. So at least alam mo na may ERIC, alam mo na may account kayo sa EBSCO. Actually, kahit yung college students sa FU, minsan di nila alam na meron silang EBSCO. Kasi hindi nila ginagamit. Kaya lagi sinasabi, gamitin yan kasi binabayaran nyo sa tuition yan. May subscription yan eh. Okay. Sige, any questions Dayan para we can move to Fred?
Wala naman po sir, ano lang po, parang medyo na-strengthen lang yung ano ko na ano ba talaga yung gusto kong maging topic, anong gusto kong maging center ng aking research. So, parang ngayon, kasi nung una po, ang gusto ko sana, ano ba yung mga challenges ng teachers for special ed. Pero parang ngayon po, ano ba yung pinaka-effective na teaching strategy?
Okay din yan.
Na gagawin ko.
Maganda rin yan. So at least yan medyo unti-unti, di ba? Parang dati
Medyo
gusto mo malaman. Oo.
Parang broad po eh. Yung ano ko dati. Ngayon medyo, ano na po, medyo parang meron na akong specific. Hindi pa ganun po pero parang doon po ako papunta.
Good. Sige. I'm happy to know that. So, always remember for everyone, yung mga nadi-discourage ng mga naunang weeks, ganun lang talaga yung research. Meron, kung sa business, meron tinatawag na sales funnel. Sa research, meron ding funnel. No? Very generic muna yan sa una, very universal ang concept. Unti-unti as you read, you start to realize, ito pala gusto ko. Just to share with you, para din makakorelate kayo sa mismong dinanas ko. Nung nagsusulat ako ng dissertation ko, ang una ko ako talaga ay very, very, very interested sa fake news. Yan talaga ang aking gustong pag-aralan. Fake news talaga. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. Siguro kasi naiinis na rin ako talaga sa nangyayari sa society. So parang meron akong ganyan. So parang meron akong mindset na gusto ko may iambag sa school. sa pag-aaral sa mga estudyante kung basic paano mag-detect ng fake news, paano hindi ikalat ang fake news, hanggang sa ang naging ending ko, napunta ako, hindi fake news yung aking research, pero social media pa rin. So, naka-focus ako sa social media content nung COVID. So, parang ganun. Okay. Anyway, we don't have so much time for many things kasi we only have 1 hour and 30 minutes left at may mga activities pa tayo. I'm now giving the floor to Freddy. Freddy, could you please share your screen? Thank you, Dayan.
Okay, sir. Wait lang po.
Yan, sige. Thank you, Freddy.
Okay.
Ayan.
So, ito po yung first reference ko.
Mhm.
Medyo malapit po kasi siya dun sa title. Actually.
Mhm.
So, yung title po niya, yung article po nito is Educational Approach, Application of SWOT Analysis for Assessing Entrepreneurial Goals in Senior Dental Students.
Mhm.
So, yung abstract po nito, sir, yun, yung SWOT po, yung SWOT analysis, framework used to evaluate the company's competitive position and develop strategic planning. So, yung binasa ko po ito kanina, may mga complete na rin po ito, may mga reference na rin siya, tapos nandito na rin po yung material sa method kung paano ginawa. And then, ang result lang naman nito, sir, is ito po, yung paano, ang tawag dito. Wait lang.
Freddy,
Sorry.
very quick
Yes,
question.
pa.
Could you go back? Could you go back to the first page? Quick question. Kasi sa naaalala ko, ang keyword mo ay entrepreneurial ba? Sa iyo ba 'yon o kay parang nalito ako kay TJ? 'Yun ba ang rason ba't napunta ka dito? Yung entrepreneurial ba?
Sir, ang keyword ko po dito is yung SWOT analysis.
Okay. Educational
Ang
approach, application of SWOT analysis. Okay.
actually, sir, ang tinype ko talaga, complete yun eh. Parang SWOT analysis of business operation for students in higher education. Yun po yung kinomplete ko po yung yung
Okay.
pag-search doon.
Sige.
So ito po yung mga lumabas at medyo malapit po. So since yung higher education siya, parang I'm referring na rin din po sa article na educational approach. So parang inano ko na rin siya SWOT analysis. Tapos yung students po, ang pinagkaiba lang kasi dito, dental students, yung
Okay.
ang akal ko kasi is about mga operations management na students, parang ganon.
Sige. Quick, putulin kita sandali, Freddy, para lang hindi masayang yung mga susunod mong efforts. To clarify, ang gusto mong aralin, gawa ng research ay yung paggamit ng SWOT analysis sa education. Is that correct? Yun ba yung gusto mong mangyari? Ano ba yung gusto mong mangyari? Sorry, masama ba yung dating? Sorry. Ano yung gusto mong i-alamin?
Ako na yung Hindi, at ang pinaka-title kasi, sir, parang iniintindi ko, yung SWOT analysis po ng business operation sa mga estudyante ng higher education. So parang ang focus nito, sir, yun sa may EBM, parang K-12 na grade 11 saka grade 12. Kung
Okay.
paano nila gamitin po yung SWOT analysis, yung preparation po after. Parang ganun.
Okay, wait lang. Kasi kailangan mo mag-careful ka diyan kasi kung ang goal mo ay gusto mong malaman kung ang mga ABM students ay naiintindihan ng tama at alam gamitin ang SWOT analysis, ganun ba? Ganun yung gusto mong alamin?
Yes, sir. Opo.
Okay. Kasi careful ka doon sa paghahanap mo ng research kasi application of SWOT analysis for assessing entrepreneur. Medyo naman, in fairness naman, itong nahanap mong ito, medyo naman. Kumbaga, ina-apply niya yung SWOT analysis sa pag-a-assess ng entrepreneurial goals. Medyo in fairness tong anong to. Can you zoom a bit lang, Freddy? Hindi ko lang kasi mabasa yung abstract. I just want to understand. Yeah, okay na. Wait lang. So, focuses on senior, evaluate companies competitive position, strategic planning, okay, dental sector. Okay, sige. Kung yung sinasabi mo, so at least now mas malinaw na kasi kanina iniisip ko kung ano sa SWOT analysis eh. Kung yung sinasabi mo na gusto mong alamin kung naiintindihan ng mga ABM students ang SWOT at nagagawa. Maganda yung topic na yon, in fairness. Kung ang gusto mong alamin ay naiintindihan nga ba talaga ng ABM students ang SWOT analysis, maganda yon. Kasi makakatulong yan sa curriculum development ng ABM at doon sa entrepreneurial side ng subject. So okay yon. Sige. Medyo mas malinaw-linaw na yung gusto mong mangyari ngayon kaysa doon sa mga previous topics mo. Okay? Sige. Can we skip this one and look, meron pa bang reference 2 and 3? Meron ka pa?
Yes, sir, meron naman pa ako. Ito
Sige,
yung
sige.
pangalawa po.
Sige, let's see.
Ito, sir, yung pangalawa. So, application of SWOT analysis to justify the strategy of hotel business enterprises.
Okay. All right. This one, Freddy, based on the title lang, this is not education per se. In fact,
Opo, sir.
makikita mo agad sa title pa lang ng journal, Economics of Enterprise, Economics and Management Enterprise. So,
Yes, sir.
ito yung sinasabi ko na may salita siyang SWOT, meron siyang salitang SWOT analysis doon sa kanyang topic at yan talaga ang i-crawl ng internet kasi nag-type ka ng SWOT analysis sa search bar eh. So pinakita niya yan. So application of SWOT analysis to justify the strategy of hotel. So this one, totally, pwede mo siyang magamit siguro yung mga conceptual side niya. So I don't know, maybe in the introduction, this research maybe tries to discuss what SWOT analysis is and how important it is in business and so on and so forth. Pero kung yung topic ng ABM, baka wala ka masyadong makuha dito. Kasi hindi siya pasok sa education. But I'm not saying you dump this. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving you a feedback based on what I see now. Hindi ko naman din siya nabasa.
Okay.
On yun lang relevance niya sa research mo. Yun lang yung nakikita ko diyan. But keep this for now. Read introduction, read the research kasi title pa lang kita mo na eh na ang purpose nito ay para talaga sa business, hindi sa education. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sige, sige.
Actually, sir, kinonsider ko naman to kasi nga dahil ABM naman yung yung strand. So parang syempre in relevance lang din sa application ng SWOT sa business operation. So baka kako magagamit ko siya kasi since hotel business enterprise po yung niya application ng SWOT analysis.
Sige, basta Freddy ganito ha, ang reminder ko lang, hindi lang sa'yo, kundi sa lahat. Ito pwede kung pwede mong kunin pero be careful with the next references kasi baka mamaya yung algorithm ng search mo mapunta ka na talaga sa business. Always remind yourself, specifically kayo ni TJ talaga yung may tendency noon and it's fine kasi hindi naman kayo educators. So always remind yourselves that you have to sort of ang tawag dyan yung remind yourselves to go back to education. Yun lang yung point ko. Kasi itong research na to ay business na ito. Hindi na ito education. Oh, sige, sige. But of course, because you have the term SWOT analysis, which is a business term, and it's a management term, antemano, okay lang yan. Talagang mapupunta ka sa ganyan talaga pag nag-search ka. Kasi hindi naman pang education ng SWOT analysis eh. Baga, I mean, hindi siya education per se. Sige. The next one, the third one, do you have a third one?
Yes, sir. Ito po yung sa third one ko. Ito naman siya, sir.
Okay. Okay. Sige, please proceed. Anong nakita mo diyan? Bakit mo naisip na pwede yan sa research mo?
May siya, sir, sobrang lapit niya kasi yung SWOT analysis dito nakatuon din talaga sa perspective ng higher education, which is yung MOOC, yung lugar dun sa Malaysia. So sabi ko, parang naisip ko na baka pwede talaga ito kasi nga andun yung perspective sa sa higher education.
Sige. Ganito, Freddy. Itong isang to, itong nakikita ko ngayon, yung SWOT analysis. MOOC or MOOCs are Massive Open Online Courses yan. Ibig sabihin yan. So, ang mga kaparehan yan, halimbawa Coursera, Khan Academy, yung mga ganyan. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng MOOC. Ngayon, ito, SWOT analysis on acceptance of MOOC. Ibig sabihin, ang ina-analyze nila dyan, ang inaaral nila dyan ay tinatanggap ba sa Malaysian higher education ng mga estudyante yung MOOC at nakikita ba nila yung opportunity yung strength, weakness, opportunities and threat ng MOOCs. Yun yung diyan. So again, dahil ang term ito yung kailangan mong maging careful ka, Freddy, kasi the moment you put in your search bar SWOT analysis, it will really give you like thousands, baka nga millions pa of researches, hundreds of thousands maybe. Kasi SWOT is a common business/management practice. So ang kaya yun lang yung aking i-remind sa'yo. Kasi kailangan mong, ito, tama ka, pang education to, pero hindi na nito masasagot yung na alam ba ng estudyanteng gamitin ang SWOT analysis sa ibig sabihin natutunan ba nila, naiintindihan ba nila yung SWOT analysis. So, my point is, dito, base sa nakita kong mga results ng search mo, very, very crucial na tamang keyword ang isusulat mo. So, don't just literally copy-paste the title that you want to work on. Be careful kasi kapag ang hahanapin kasi talaga ng ng internet, ng algorithm is yung SWOT analysis. So, mamaya, don't worry, may exercise number 2 pa tayo na similar to this. Gagamitin natin yung AI. Titingnan natin kung makaka-filter ka pa ng mas pasok dun sa topic mo. Okay? But anyway, for this activity, thank you, Freddy, for sharing. Lipat na tayo kay Rusty. Thank you, Freddy.
Yes, sir. Let me share my screen po. Can you see my screen po?
Yeah, I can see it. Sige.
Ayan, sir. Bali dito, sir, sa sa napili kong topic kasi, yung title, Challenges and Adaptive Strategies in Teaching Geography Design Institutes of Mary, yung local. Tapos, with limited access to personal technology. Well, ang gusto ko lang malaman is ano yung mga challenges, saka yung anong pwede maging strategy. Kapag nakuha ko na yung mga challenges, if meron mga challenges, na nararanasan ng mga estudyante sa VGT, dahil meron silang limited access sa personal technology. Sa future kasi, sir, sa definition of terms ko, gusto kong i-define yung personal technology ko as specific, personal computer and mobile phone. That's why, dito po sa may search boxes ko dito, lagi ako umikot sa specific na mobile phone and computer and learning. Sa tatlong yun, sir. Ito yung mga nakuha ko mga researches. Ito mabilisan ko, sir. Yung cultivation of students' painting appreciation, parang about painting ability naman nila, sir. Yung result nito is, it shows the improvement of college students' painting appreciation ability through network virtual platform, which is, magagawa mo lang kapag meron kang access ng computer. Yung nag-ano kasi sila, sir, nagbigay sila ng platform na virtual for painting. So, merong positive yung paggamit ng computer. Sa second naman po, sir, the title is about teacher perception of one-to-one mobile devices in middle school reading. The result says instructional tools and apps, which is magagawa mo lang, magamit mo lang kapag meron kang computer, and educational games and activities that heighten the literacy instruction process. Sa third one naman po, sir, tech tools in pandemic transform information literacy instruction, pushing for digital accessibility. Highlight ko dito, sir, yung the researchers argue that digital accessibility benefits all users. So, basically, yung mga estudyante mismo.
Sige. Rusty, can you go back again to your research topic? Just so that we can thresh it out. Okay. It says here challenges and adaptive strategies in teaching. Okay.
Yes, po.
So, yung ang danger dun sa mga pinakita mong references kanina, the danger is sa amin sa mundo ng debate, no. I'm a debater when I was in college. Sa mundo ng debate, yung pinakita mo, ang tawag doon truism. Anong ibig sabihin ng truism? Mula sa salitang true, yun na yun. hindi wag na nating pag-usapan 'yun kasi true na 'yun. Ibig sabihin, natural na mahihirapang mag-aral yung bata ng digital kung wala siyang device, 'di ba? So kumbaga 'yun yung ibig sabihin ng truism. Hindi na 'yan nire-research. Kumbaga parang hindi na siya researchable topic kasi given na 'yon. Yung part na 'yon. But in your topic, what's really researchable is number one, ano-ano ang challenges ng teachers. So putulin muna natin siya, no? Ano-ano ang challenges sa pagtuturo ng visual graphics design. Yun lang muna. Ano-ano ang challenges? So dapat yan muna ang keyword na ilagay mo mamaya sa second round natin. What are the challenges? Hindi, wag mo gawing tanong. Challenges experienced by teachers in teaching visual graphics design. Kunwari, challenges. Then the other string of question would be adaptive strategies utilized by teachers teaching visual graphics design. Parang ganon. So, don't focus too much on the personal technology side sa dulo. Kasi, parang ganito yun eh. Ang point ay, ano ba maganda example? Parang halimbawa, kunwari, ang topic ko ay challenges in online learning in the province of Quezon, kunwari lang. Hindi na researchable kung sasabihin mong sa barangay Tibok-Tibok, kung saan man yun, wala akong alam na barangay sa Quezon, wala naman pala talagang signal at internet. So, hindi given na yon, hindi na yun something na nire-research kasi given data na siya. So, kaya maganda yung sa unahang side mo, yung challenges ng pagtuturo, bukod sa wala kasing gamit yung bata, wala kasing technology yung bata, ano pa yung ibang challenges? Kasi yung walang technology yung bata, walang gamit yung bata, yun ay truism na yon. Kumbaga parang given na yon, kumbaga sa madaling sabi. Pero yung challenges halimbawa na kunwari lang, ang mga estudyante kaya can follow instructions, kunwari. Or ang mga teachers kaya ay malinaw ding gumawa ng instructions. Kasi sometimes, the reason why students are having difficulties in working on something is because the teachers also are not very good in writing, explaining the instructions, di ba? Yung parang ganyan. So, ibig sabihin, yun yung maganda mong string mamaya, ilagay sa search bar, sa second round ng search natin, kung dito sa research mo. Kasi, yung magiging focus, yung kasing gagawin mo, maghahanap ka ng references na kaparehas ng sitwasyon nyo sa Sisters of Mary. So you have to look for schools na nagtuturo ng visual graphics design, di ba? So yun yung mga hahanapin mong RRLs eh. So syempre sa buong mundo, marami namang school na nagtuturo ng visual graphics design. So you have to find out ano kaya yung hirap na nararanasan nila or challenges at ano naman yung strategies. Kasi the way I see it, yung paper mo, unang tingin pa lang, this is very highly descriptive in nature. Kasi you will really, it's qualitative in a sense because you will be describing ano ba yung challenges nila at ano yung strategies nila. Ayun. So yun yung ano. Okay? Do you have questions, Rusty? Okay tayo?
Okay po, sir.
Sige. Thank you, Rusty. Let's now move on to TJ. It's already 7:40, so we can proceed with the second round of search. TJ, the floor is yours. Thank you. Thank you, Rusty.
Hi sir, good evening po.
Good evening.
Sir,
Okay.
yung sa akin. Sorry.
Mm-mm.
So, bali, ito yung topic ko.
Mm-mm.
So, the focus of my research is about how the generation alpha students perceive and claim ownership of their own ideas and intellectual identities while learning in a hybrid environment at FEU. So, my first is exploring the use of artificial intelligence system class. So, in this in this journal, parang sinasabi niya, this is to understand yung use ng AI sa classroom. So that's number one.
Okay.
Then the second one is, ito yung number two, learning in a hybrid classroom environment, students' opinion and preferences. So,
Okay.
naman, kailangan malaman kung ano ba yung opinion or preference ni students pagdating doon sa hybrid classroom environment. So, So yun siya. Then the last one is about maximizing student, ito yun, sir. Maximizing students engagement in hybrid engagement naman dito sa hybrid learning environment, a comprehensive review and analysis. So dito na parang this is to understand the overview ng new teaching method na from COVID-19. So yung keywords natin na sinearch ko dito, sir, is about students engagement and hybrid learning. So yun
Okay.
po.
Sige. Can you just go back up to yung sa Word file mo? Can you just yung Word
Eto,
file
sir.
because you have your title there.
Sir, wait lang. resume.
Yeah, just yan, sige. Medyo i-zoom mo lang ng konti just so that the others will also see. So yung topic mo, okay, yan. Okay. So your topic, yung that silent architect, that's okay. Just to clarify with everyone, that's the creative side of writing titles for journals and whatever. But it's not necessary. But it's okay. So I'll focus on a narrative inquiry into the psychological ownership of thought. No, that's one. So if it's a narrative inquiry, the way I see it, basically, you will be conducting maybe FGDs, interviews, or surveys among the Generation Alpha to identify their ownership of their thinking and their intellectual identity. Pero so my point is, from your title, hindi siya naka-specify na AI yung focus mo. From the title lang, from the title.
Okay, sir.
So if you wanna focus on that, which is fine, then you have to later rehash your title. Kasi ang naka-indicate dun sa dulo ng title mo ay within FU Cavite's hybrid learning ecosystem. Ibig sabihin, ang next variable mo, bukod dun sa psychological ownership of thought and intellectual identity, ay yung methodology na ginagamit sa FEU. So, ang point ko, okay yan. Yung kasing number one mong nahanap na reference ay artificial intelligence. So, my point is, if you wanna focus on AI, then okay, go for it. But, in your title, it doesn't show. Yun lang. So, as we go along, kaya siya pinapolish. Kasi may concept ka, ang intindi ko dyan sa concept mo ay you want to find out if the Generation Alpha learners you want to find out how the the Generation Alpha learners have psychological ownership of their thought and intellectual identity. Yun yung gusto mong alamin. So, okay yun. Walang problema doon. So, I just want you to further explore kung ano talaga yung hanap ng reference, kakabasa yan, magpapolish yan. Similar sa kaninang binanggit ni Diana nung una, meron siyang tanong sa sarili niya. Kasi, I want to remind everyone that before you even begin doing whatever research, there has to be a question in your mind that you want to answer. I'll give you a quick story. Currently, at this point in time, I'm working on a research, no? But I don't want to give too many details about it kasi sa totoo lang nahihirapan ako doon. So, I need to really work lots of collaborations for me to finish that. So and my point is I don't want to tell so much about it kasi hindi ko pa naman siya natapos. Pero gusto ko maintindihan niyo na parehas tayo ngayon sa sitwasyon na to. Habang kayo nag-iisip diyan sa research niyo, ako din nag-iisip sa research ko. So, my research is not about education, it's not about English, it's a totally different research. I want to study about governance. Gobyerno. Ewan ko masyado. Basta, gusto kong pag-aralan yung governance structure. So there's a number of questions that I have in mind. Like for example, very, very quick question. I want to understand why governments are not using technology, particularly internet, in the delivery of service. Bibigyan ko kayo ng mga nag-trigger sa akin. Di ko maintindihan kung bakit ang ayuda ng mga driver kailangang pilahan at makuha ng cash. Di ko siya maintindihan. Because we did that already during the pandemic. During the pandemic, nagbigay na rin ng ayuda na cash. And TJ, Diane, and Freddy, who are both into the businesses and they are also immersed with finance, understand that cash is problematic. Tama ba ako, TJ? And
Yes.
Diane? Cash is problematic because cash can easily be corrupted. It's very difficult to have audit trail in cash. Napakahirap niyan. Kasi pag binigyan ako ng cash, binigay ko kay Rusty, ire-report ko, kunwari si Rusty ay driver at sinabi kong si Rusty po ay driver, binigyan ko ng ayuda na 5,000. What's my proof? So, syempre, ang proof ko, pumirma si Rusty. Ang dali-daling maghatak dyan ng kahit sinong tao na sabi ko, pirma kayo, which is basically what happens to the Mary Grace Piatos and all those things. So, that's my problem with the government. Why are we not using technology? Hindi ako expert, pero may konti akong kaalaman sa blockchain, for example, sa cryptocurrency, for example. Why are we not using that to safeguard our funds? So, nag-share lang ako ng kwento. May tanong ako bilang mamamayan, bakit hindi ginagamit ng gobyerno ang teknolohiya kung talagang seryoso ang gobyerno na i-curb, wakasan ang corruption sa bansa natin? Bakit hindi tayo gumagamit ng tools na kung saan talagang mahihirapan kang nakawin yung pera ng bayan at ilagay siya sa mga mali-maleta? It's my question. It's my question. So, at this point in time, I want you to ask yourselves, ano yung question nyo? So, si Dayan, gusto niyang malaman ang SPED. Kung ano man yung tanong niya sa SPED. Si Rusty, gusto niyang malaman yung challenges and strategies ng mga teachers na nagtuturo ng visual graphics. Si Freddy, gusto niyang malaman yung gamit ng SWOT sa pag-aaral. Si TJ, gusto niyang malaman itong ownership of thought. The more questions you ask yourselves, the more ideas you start to explore. So, to cut the story short, kakabasa ko, natutunan ko na ang bansa pala natin, imagine, meron pala tayong batas noong 2023 na ang tawag ay E-Governance Act. E-Governance Act, which mandates government agencies to utilize the internet technology, the electronic technology to conduct to deliver its services. So for example, health, for example, dapat wala nang mga papel-papel na pinipirmahan kasi actually pag nag-research kayo, ayan si Freddy ng ibang bansa siya, siguro naka-experience na rin siya ng ganyan na sa ibang bansa wala naman masyadong pinipill up na form, QR code lang yan or card, itinatap. Hindi mo kailangan maglabas ng pera. So these are things that I learned moving forward. So ibig sabihin, nung una hindi ko alam yung term na e-governance. Hindi ko yan alam. Pero dahil may tanong ako sa utak ko na bakit nga ba yung gobyerno natin bigay ng cash, napaka-delikado niyan. Napaka-vulnerable niyan for corruption. Red flag yan sa corruption and so on and so forth. So, kakabasa ko, internet, ayan na, papunta na tayo ngayon dyan. With the help of AI, natutunan ko tuloy na, meron palang e-governance act noong 2023. May batas pala tayo. Kagaya nga lang, kaya lang, kagaya ng maraming batas sa Pilipinas, hindi naman napapatupad. Yun yung challenge natin. Marami tayong magagandang batas, as in, marami tayong magagandang batas, pero hindi siya na ipapatupad ng maayos. Yan ang isang malaking, kaya governance problem siya. Okay, anyway, so TJ, malinaw? Okay, because I don't want to take too much of the time. It's already 7:50. Okay, thank you very much, TJ. Now, let's proceed with the next part. I will now again share. So proceed na ako sa lecture. All right. So this time, we started kanina with card catalog, yung pinakita ko sa inyong library na merong card catalog. That's the manual search. We moved into the internet search in the early 2000s. Nagsimula ang internet. So as early as 2001 or 2002, meron naman ng internet sa Pilipinas. Hindi nga lang ganun ka lalim. Nung college ako, meron ng Yahoo, pero nung time na yon ay anong tawag dito? Anong tawag doon? Yung ISP pa. Niloloadan pa ang mga internet, tapos ikakabit mo sa modem ng telepono, ganyan. So, now, in the 21st century, in the year 2026, AI, yun nga, yung sinasabi ni TJ kanina, AI is now a very, very useful tool. So this portion of the lecture is not part of the book, but more recent technological advancements are readily available to easily search for references for your study. So what has to be clarified here, lagi ko itong sinishare sa mga conferences, sa mga forums. Sir, paano pong gagawin natin sa AI? Dapat ba siya ipagbawal? Dapat ba siyang pigilan? Blah, blah, blah. Ang simple kong sagot, hindi mo yan mapipigilan. You are wasting time, money, effort, energy in trying to stop AI. You cannot tell your kids, wag niyong gamitin yung AI, blah, 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 blah. Diyan papasok kung gaano ka-strategic, ka-competent na teacher kung kaya mong i-harness yung AI sa klase mo. So now, I am telling you, we will use AI in our class specifically in this period, specifically on how to search for related literatures. Please take note that AI, we have to learn how to ethically use it because we will not be able to experience its benefits. May typo error lang. So we need to learn how to ethically use AI. No? So nandun na tayo sa mundo na nandiyan yung technology, sayang naman. Parang ganito ang explanation ko sa AI eh. Gusto mong pumunta sa SM mula sa bahay mo. Merong pinamana sa iyo ang tatay mo na kabayo. Pero meron ding available na kotse. Bakit ka naman magkakabayo? Kung meron ka namang kotse at may panggasolina ka naman. The point is, there is technology available. Why would you make it difficult for yourself? No? Because there's lots of things to do in this 21st century life. Like, unfortunately, we don't really have that much time to do other things because there's other things that we're doing. Anyway, so let's proceed with next slide. We will be using Copilot. So I will be teaching you how to use Copilot in your Microsoft Teams. If you don't have your Microsoft Teams yet installed on your device, I strongly recommend that you install it. Pero kung hindi naman, okay lang din. Kasi meron din naman Copilot sa browser version. But here, I'm showing to you that the Copilot using my desktop, I'm using my desktop, there's a left panel and there's a button there, Copilot. There's the arrow. When you click that, it will bring you to this page. And this is now the example that I will be showing to you later. So, importante sa AI ang tamang pagpa-prompt. Okay? So, we will exercise again later. So for example, kanina ay nag-search ako ng peer-reviewed research about English as a second language in the digital age. So, meron siyang pinakita and I want you to see, ayun, makita niyo yung difference nung slide na to sa slide na to. Yung slide na to, pinakita niya yung reference, si Shadyev and Wang. At meron siyang clickable reference. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Ay, ito pa. Ba't ko ba? Teka. So, here, when you click that, you will see that it's a reference that would lead you to another reference journal, which is this one. So, ulitin ko lang. Yung kanina, nung lumabas to, merong maliit na link doon. And then, if you hover it, your mouse there, you'll see this. Ayun yung title. And then, when you click that, yun. Makikita nyo yung actual research. And naputol lang dito, pero pwede mo ma-download yung reference dyan. Okay. So, I will end this. Wait. Tama. Mag-stop sharing na lang din ako. And then, I will demo to you how you can maximize Copilot. I will do it right now. So I will use this one. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, ang prompt ko ay look for keyword peer-reviewed researches about what? Digital transformation in English language education. So, sorry. Teka pala, sorry. Teka, i-cut mo ko muna to. I'll first show you how to go to so all you need to do is to type office.com. I don't know if you see this. You type office.com in your browser kung saan nandun yung account niyo. At yan na mismo, dyan na kayo dadalhin. Pag type mo ng office.com, dyan ka na niya dadalhin. Okay? So, I'll put it here. This is now AI. Oops. Wait. And then, Okay. Sige, itatype ko na lang siya. Digital transformation in English. Digital transformation in English language education. Ayun niya. Okay, ayun niya. Great. Minsan itong okay, if you experience this, sometimes the problem is the browser. Sometimes. I don't know why. Itong Mozilla, madalas itong pumalpak eh. Ayaw niya talaga. Sige, lilipat ako sa, wait, I will transfer to my other account, which is my personal account, because that one is the FU Cavite account. Okay, let me just quickly share. Okay. Ito, sure na ako kasi may button eh. Okay. So madali mo makikita na gagana to kasi there's the violet whatever blue button here. So search for peer-reviewed researches on digital transformation in English language education. You click and then you wait for it. Okay. Ayan. So core studies on digital transformation, pinakita niya si Pinto S. I wanna learn about Pinto S. There's the DOI na pinakita, pero pwede ko ring i-click tong ito. This is what I'm talking about. I hope you're seeing my mouse. Pag tinapat nyo yung mouse niyo, kikita nyo yung link. There's another one. Digital transformation, AI adoption. So I wanna click this one. Yeah. So So makikita nyo, ang dami niya na agad references, researches, as in AI can help you with so many things already. So let's focus on question 2 here, which is AI-powered ELT. So I want to look for that. I'm going to be clicking this. It says continue anyway. Yun. So here's the abstract. So it's integration of AI in education, teaching, the specifically, ito na yung research, purpose of the research. Investigates instructor roles. Ano daw ang instructor roles in AI-powered learning and its benefits. So dalawa, roles ng instructors and benefits. And then develops a conceptual framework, so on and so forth. So if I want to read the entire thing, the entire research is also here. Balik tayo sa AI. Let's say I want to filter search within Philippine context. So, kanina, napansin nyo, ang dami niyang hinanap. So, ngayon, ang hinahanap niya ay mga researches na sa Pilipinas ginawa. AI-assisted English language teaching in the Philippine classroom, a qualitative exploration, So, ito, bagong-bago to. High impact, recent. Okay? So, makikita nyo lahat ng mga references niya ay mga recent. Yan. Yan. So, dito nakikita nyo pati mga strong themes. So, let's say I want to focus on filter search for topics that discuss difficulties of teachers. Ayan. Yan. Nakikita nyo? So, kung gusto kong hanapin to, kasi mukhang bagong-bago siya, and it's also peer-reviewed, yun. Dinala niya na ako doon. This one is published in the Journal on Education, September 2023. There's the website, there's an ISSN. Yan. So this one seems to be published in Indonesia, maybe, given this one. Yan. So this is a meta-analysis study, explores effectiveness of technology in the context of English and comprehensive. Okay. Comprehensive review of relevant literature, various studies. Yan. Meron pang translation sa bahasa. Okay? I'll stop sharing now. Okay, I want you to start exploring your Copilot account at this point. It's already 8 o'clock. Dahil ito, teka, may nag-chat yata. Sir, sorry, pwede po ba gamitin yung ResearchGate? Yes, pwedeng gamitin yung ResearchGate. Pero careful lang kasi ang ResearchGate ay parang Facebook at LinkedIn ng mga research. Minsan, hindi naman talaga peer-reviewed. So the keyword pag naghanap, peer-reviewed. Ibig sabihin ng peer-reviewed? Meron nag-review. Merong nag-check kung tama ang research. Kasi ang ResearchGate, kahit sino pwede mag-upload dyan, kahit hindi legit. So, yun lang. So, be careful with that. Okay. Hindi na tayo mag-log out. It's 8:04. Ngayon, dahil may AI, I will just give you 10 minutes. 10 minutes lang. So magpapatay lang ako ng camera at mic. I'll give you 10 minutes. It's 8:04. Balik tayo ng 8:14. Tingnan ko ngayon kung ano yung second wave of research. Halimbawa, Freddy, this is your time to improve your search capabilities. Kasi kanina, ang topic mo, puro SWOT analysis lang. So I suggest you indicate in your Copilot, search, sige, tatype ko dito yung keyword. Search for peer-reviewed researches about SWOT analysis, about how ABM students in the Philippines understand SWOT analysis. Try mo lang yan, Freddy. Kung makatulong
Salamat,
sa'yo.
sir.
Kay TJ naman kanina, yung search for, sample lang naman din, for peer-reviewed researches about how, yan, generation alpha. Tapos idugtong mo na lang, nakalimutan ko na yung term, malalalim yung term mo, parang psychological thought ownership something, yan. Yeah, so pwede mong i-copy paste na yan. Ganun din sa'yo, Rusty, search for peer-reviewed researches about difficulties in teaching. Yan. So yan, tapos kay Dayan, search for peer-reviewed researches about special, ano yan? About the role of play in special education. Pwede niyong gawin yan. Okay? 8:06. Sige, bigyan ko kayo ng 10 minutes para mag-search. Hindi na tayo mag-exit dito. I-end ko lang yung recording para hindi masayang. 10 minutes.